As a quick heads up before we dive into this recap, Monster contains graphic content, including vivid descriptions of mutilation, sexual activity, and other disturbing material. While the visuals in this video are limited, the audio may still be distressing or offensive to some viewers. Viewer discretion is strongly advised. Episode 1 of Monster the Ed Gein story starts with Ed Gein working on the farm. He spies on Adeline, a young woman he likes, in her bedroom while she's wearing a bra. At his house, Ed's mother Augusta catches him wearing her bra and panties while masturbating in his room. Augusta is upset with her younger son and prays for him. She tells Ed that he is never to marry and prohibits the boy from having contact with any woman because it's sinful. She stops Ed from meeting Adeline, a girl he likes, but he meets her at a cafe all the same. Whilst there, Adeline shares photos from the Nazi genocide and Ed seems fascinated with them. She also gives him a comic book titled Bitch of Buchenwald about Isla Koch, a German woman Ed is obsessed with. The next day, Ed is working in the shed when his older brother Henry shows up. Henry reveals that he's going to marry Ginny against their mother's wishes. Ed warns Henry, but the latter claims that the regressive teachings of religion-bound Augusta is not what he wants to follow. Ed gets upset by the comments about their mother and hits his brother on the head with a log of wood, which knocks him out immediately. Ed is worried and begins to leave, but hallucinates that Henry is okay. He goes back home and prays with his mother before dinner. Augusta tells Ed how he wants a baby girl and how terrible it is for her to have sexual relations with Ed's father twice, leading to the birth of Ed and his brother. Ed is upset with the comment and empathizes with his mother. The next morning, Ed goes to the shed as usual and is alarmed to find Henry's dead body there. He takes the body outside and lights the fire around it, and he tells Augusta about finding Henry, who asks Ed to alert the cops. Now the police conclude that Henry died of asphyxiation due to the fire. Augusta suffers a stroke in the midst of this and is temporarily paralysed due to the news of her son's death. Ed is left to take care of Augusta, but she notices how her son takes pleasure in giving her a sponge bath. Now Ed fantasizes about the things Koch did in the comic that Adeline gave him. One day Augusta gets out of bed and asks Ed to drive him to a man who owes them $10. Augusta curses the man and suffers another stroke that winds up killing her. Ed, now all alone, mourns his mother during her burial. Later that night, Ed goes back to an empty house and sits on his late mother's chair. Ed hears his mother's voice but ignores it. Now one day, Ed masturbates to one of his mother's camisoles and gets scared upon hearing her voice. He goes about his routine during the day as he tends to the farm and the cattle. Now one night, Ed visits a cemetery and digs up a middle-aged woman's grave. He brings the woman's decomposing corpse home, undresses her and seats her on Augusta's rocking chair, which is where the episode comes to an end. So Monster kicks off with a pretty uncomfortable watch, and I'm sure the story will keep getting worse as the episodes progress. Out of the two other stories in this series, it looks like the Ed Gein story is quite graphic right from the very start. We can see how Ed was influenced by his mother's religious beliefs and clearly suffering from an undiagnosed mental illness. Now Adeline is weird just like Ed, but I wonder why a beautiful woman like her would settle for a loner like Ed. She could be one of Ed's hallucinations because we've already seen him hallucinate with his brother. Now Ed is an oddball, but I sympathise with him because of how his mother treated him. I hope the show does not try to glorify his actions of course, but I guess we'll have to wait and see where this one goes next. Thanks for watching, and do let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Smash a like or subscribe to the channel, your support is very much appreciated. I'm Greg Wheeler, and from all of us over here at The Review Geek, we'll see you on the next video.